Yeah, because I'm going to film it.
I can still remember my first day of freshman year. Palms sweating and neck prickling from the weight of what felt like 1,000 stares from intimidating-looking upperclassmen, I let out a shaky breath as I frantically scanned the quad for my friends. Like myself, I'm sure many of us can still remember our first day at Rancho Cucamonga High School. Squeaky clean and bright and shiny, we were all perfectly unscuffed white shoes and freshly gelled back hair. Standing at the precipice of what seemed like the grand start to a monumental time in our lives and educational careers, a new school meant a fresh start with endless possibilities. Filled with hopes and dreams for the future then, as we are now, in the blink of an eye, the day that many of us have been waiting for has finally arrived. The ultimate culmination of our childhoods, and the final chapter to a 13-year-long saga. Riddled with hurdles and obstacles, the path leading up to this point has rarely been clear, much less easy. Struggling to find a balance between family, relationships, and grades, we tried our best to sort through the complicated mess of knots and tangles that define the supposed best years of our lives. Growing up, the term graduation was a foreign concept. Fuzzy and too far away for even our childish imaginations to picture, we could only dream of the moment when we would finally walk the stage in our shining purple caps and gowns. Yet now that we are here, we can't help but wish for the impossible. We can't help but wish to turn back time. Slowly, without us even realizing it, we grew up. Hot summer days spent laughing on the playground with hands sticky from melted popsicles faded into long nights spent over calculus homework. And over time, the problems that had formerly seemed to be the end of the world lost their significance. After today, we will never again hear the distant sounds of drums as band practices late into the night, or the splash of water as the swimmers gracefully dive into the pool. We will never again experience what it is to truly feel alive and free amidst the undulating wave of fervor and motion that is the Rooter section during football games. And we will never again hear the familiar sound of the overhead speaker crackling to life with the morning announcements. But nonetheless, we will remember. From dancing on the bleachers to stressing with friends over our united dread of upcoming due dates, throughout these past 4 years, we have laughed and cried, celebrated and mourned together, bonding over everything from our shared love of the snack cart chocolate chip cookies to the uneven heaving of our breaths when we finally make it up the stairs to the 3rd story. Yet even after today comes to a close, we will remember. We love you, Charlotte. In leaving the place we have called home one final time, the people and the memories we have made here will forever remain a part of us. And as we move forward to become Broncos and Rams, Bruins and Bears, a tiny part of our hearts will remain purple. And we will always remember that special moment in time when we were not Broncos or Rams or Bruins or Bears, but Cougars. As we continue on along each of our respective paths, we will remember those who stuck by us, those friends, parents, and guardians who took the extra step to ensure that we felt safe and loved when we needed it most, and those teachers who made us excited to learn with their passion and enthusiasm. Those counselors, club advisors, coaches, and all of the members of staff on campus who became not only our friends, but our biggest supporters and cheerleaders, managing to bring smiles to our faces, even as tiny squares on our computer screens, during a year that none of us could have ever predicted. Now, while endings are always bittersweet occasions, this day marks a major milestone in our young lives, and today is a day for celebration. In looking back at how far we've come, we must pause and take a moment to congratulate ourselves for our resilience in the face of adversity and our ability to find beauty and light in even the darkest hour. While not everything has gone to plan, and we were bound to make a number of mistakes along the way, it is our shared experiences here within these halls that have shaped us to become the people that we are today. And it is these experiences that will prepare us for the challenges of tomorrow. In looking forward to the next generation of doctors, lawyers, environmentalists, and trailblazers, I urge you to become the change that you wish to see in this world. And to the future Broadway musical stars, artists, and musicians, I implore you to never let anyone or anything cause you to lower the volume of your voice in order to accommodate another. To those dedicating their lives to defending our country, I thank you in advance for your service. And finally, to the quiet dreamers and those who look up at the stars at night and find themselves filled with uncertainty, I encourage you to listen to that little voice in your head and to allow yourself to dare to hope. For for every great advancement in human history began with a simple idea. As the class of 2022, well, we grew up. And while we will never be able to get these moments back, and we will soon begin to say phrases such as back in my high school days, all good things must eventually come to an end. Like that fateful day just 4 years ago when we were freshmen, here we are again. Squeaky clean and bright and shiny, all perfectly unscuffed white shoes and freshly gelled back hair.
Yeah, white.
Standing at the precipice of a different, yet similarly grand start to a monumental time in our lives and educational and professional careers, the world can often be harsh and unforgiving, yet it can also be magical and intoxicatingly beautiful. The world is our oyster, the future glimmering and bright, and as we venture out into the great unknown, it is time for us to claim all that it has to offer. Congratulations to the class of 2022. We finally did it.